cautious. I hope that you're watching. Don't try to stop this. Walk until I'm nauseous. Cause I will not quit. Not because I want this. Don't try to stop me now.
What's going on, XMC fam? Welcome back to the channel. Yo, is there anything better than seeing people get owned? Is there anything better? Man, I already know this is probably gonna be funny, dude, because if for me, dude, people getting owned, that shit is just so fucking hilarious to me. Like, proving someone wrong or making someone eat their words, or bro, it's hilarious to me every single fucking time. So I think the person who sent this to me knows me a little too well. Just throw that out there, because some of the things you guys send me, it's like we're sharing a fucking brain, man. Some of the stuff y'all send me, and it's just like, bro, y'all know me like entirely way too well. That's amazing and scary. Let's get it going.
With the mic.
Getting closer and closer. Let's talk about the matching. Well, okay, so this is for, you have sore forearms, I'm assuming from gaming too much?
Yo, that was if you guys don't know, this Cloud9, I think it's Cloud. Yeah, Cloud9. This is a pro gaming team. So if you didn't get that, gamers use their hand.
Okay, so this is for, you have sore forearms, I'm assuming from gaming too much?
He knew what he was doing, bro.
We could talk in the daytime.
Yeah.
You're quite scintillating.
Scintillating.
Yeah.
Nice. Define that.
What's that?
Define it.
Define what?
Scintillating.
You define it.
You define it. You said it.
English is not really my strongest subject.
Of course. Well, I'm glad you said it.
Okay, well, which one of the other players on the other team would you say are your biggest competition in this game?
No one, bitch.
Well, you have lost 3 matches in a row, so that kind of makes you the...
Excuse me. Is that a problem for you?
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Nicer about it and
a little bit nicer. You make this big sigh. I'm just trying to get by.
Well, as I'm sitting here,
The guy sounds like me.
Could you just move your legs?
What are you doing? Are you looking at my breast? You're looking at my breast.
I'm not looking at your breast. I'm trying to get to my seat.
He's looking at my breast.
Yeah, you and your special breast. Just excuse me, please.
Just go by without stepping on my foot.
Right, you wear that dress because you want people to look at your shoes, right? Is that it?
She bought
That's
Compact.
perfect.
It was a terrible deal, and it really led to the destruction of the company. Now, one other company before that was Lucent. Carly was at Lucent before that, and Lucent turned out to be a catastrophe also. So I only say this.
I don't remember
She can't
this.
run any of my companies.
Mr. Trump, I find it quite rich that you would talk about this. You know, there are a lot of us Americans who believe that we are going to have trouble someday paying back the interest on our debt, because politicians have run up mountains of debt using other people's money. That is, in fact, precisely the way you ran your casinos. You ran up mountains of debt as well as losses using other people's money, and you were forced to file for bankruptcy not once,
I never filed
not
for
twice,
bankruptcy.
4 times.
I love that face he does. He's like,
It's about to start. It's 4 o'clock. He said it was starting at 4, so we're right on time. Ginger bimbo, because I don't know a famous person. Maybe you guys should get out of these famous people's lives and like.
You're really not that interesting.
oh my god, she doesn't know what to do. Yo, this guy is a savage. Oh, you're really not that interesting. Look at this dude. Oh, bro, what do you have on your shirt? It doesn't matter, man. This is savage.
You're really not that interesting.
Bro, that's the definition of savage.
There's people trying to chase pigeons and dogs for food right now. They're out of any food because socialist governments can't plan well.
Why is that because of the socialist government?
Because the government owns almost all of the farms, all of the grocery stores.
No, the food manufacturers are private. I was there in December.
Yeah, you're actually
They're
not
owned by
right.
private companies.
Yeah, you're actually wrong. I'm sorry that you were.
I was there in December
indoctrinated.
reporting on what happened.
You should read a book called Western Intellectuals in Search of the Good World.
No, I'm just asking you though. The food companies are private. The oil is run by the state, but the food companies are private.
No, most of them are state-run.
Really? So you're telling me that the food distributors in Venezuela are state-run?
The farms,
the farms are state-run?
of the food distribution are state-run. You should
State-run.
seriously look up a guy named Paul Hollander. You like his book. It's about liberals who go to communist countries and get fooled by their Potemkin villages. It's about people like you.
People like me? What am I?
You're ignorant. You don't understand.
I'm ignorant?
What's wrong with socialism.
So you've been to Venezuela?
No, but I read stories about them. I understand what's going on.
And you think all the government runs all the food companies?
They have government propaganda, and there's pictures coming about all the starvation. So unless
there is.
Oh, you know what, man? This kid right here, this is the type of fucker that he gets his news from Twitter. Yeah, you can just tell. You can tell. This is the motherfucker that gets his news from Twitter, or, man, good God. This is the fucker getting owned. I already know, I can tell.
There is a lack of food. There's definitely a food crisis.
There we go.
But you're saying it's
Socialism.
caused by the government.
By
when
socialism,
the food companies are private.
There are very few amount.
Are there sanctions on Venezuela?
I don't know.
You don't know if there's sanctions on Venezuela? You're an expert.
who?
You know more than I do. You're supposed to know more than I do. You don't even know if there's sanctions on Venezuela? There's economic sanctions.
Okay.
But that's not a factor, right? It's all the government, even though the food companies are all private.
They're not all private. You're wrong.
They are all private. They haven't nationalized food over there. They haven't nationalized it.
Yo, dude. It's so funny because it's always the one that's saying you're ignorant or you're wrong. It's you. Those are usually the ones that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, man. That's.
I'm buying $100,000 worth of iPhones.
$100,000?
Correct. I'm going to sell them all on eBay.
I've been here since
Why?
6 o'clock this morning.
So how much would it cost to buy your position in the front of the line?
This woman rolled up with 16 grand in cash in hand. And bought Mark's #1 spot in line for $800.
She gave me $800.
Money talks.
A worthwhile investment, she thought, because
I know some more on eBay, so it's all right.
yet when the doors finally opened,
I'm first.
Yup, she was first, but maybe instead of stopping at the bank, she should have stopped to read the rules. Her plan to buy out the store?
Can you buy more than one phone?
Unfortunately, we can only sell one per customer.
AT&T imposed a one phone per customer rule to make sure that there were enough to go around.
Yo.
That's a serious package, folks.
Yo, this bitch just spent $800 to buy someone's spot in line.
That is a serious package. Here we have a little signature leather case.
So he's stocking up a phone with all the trimming.
He got a free phone.
She was too happy with
Because
it.
this
I
bitch
don't
is
know.
retarded.
And on top of that, she didn't get a free phone. I think she got the short end of the stick there, America. Number one, baby. Number one.
That dude's winning.
We met up with State Senate Education Chairman John Huppenthal to hear his opinion on the issue.
Yeah, it's very serious. And it's something that we simply don't want to do, those of us that care about education. These budget cuts are just simply horrendous.
So you think that the CTE program, all these funded classes are very important, right?
Oh, yes.
But in May of 2009, you voted yes on a bill that would cut $550 million from the Department of Education, and a lot of that was actually CTE, the money that would have been going to CTE. What factors led to this decision?
Well, tell me a little bit more about that vote. What committee did it take place in?
I actually have that right here. Well, it says right here that this bill actually passed. So, and then through further research, we actually saw that it did pass again in the House of Representatives, which ended up cutting $550 million.
Well, I don't know the specific vote that you're talking about.
Oh, you're full of shit.
So.
Oh, you're full of shit and you know it.
Okay, well, let's move on then. Do you believe that the CTE program will survive off of the $57,000 that it is allocated?
Yo.
Well, of course it will. I mean, we're going to keep these programs alive.
Oh, you're such a bad liar.
And because right now there's $11 million that goes statewide all throughout all the CTE programs, and even then, you're saying that a lot of classrooms aren't able to get those large format printers and things of that nature.
Hold on for a second. I'll be
Okay,
back.
sure thing.
He don't come back. Probably not. Yo, dude, holy shit. For those of you who are confused, let me just walk you through something. Oh man, and it's so easy to pick up. Listen, it says, you voted yes on a bill that would cut $550 million in the Department of Education.
Yes, on a bill that would cut $550 million in the Department of Education, and a lot of that was actually CTE, the money that would have been going to CTE. What factors led to this decision?
Well,
Right there. Well, he's trying to come up with a lie.
Tell me a little bit more about that vote. What committee did it take place in?
And then he's going to ask you a question, hoping that you don't have that much knowledge on the issue so that he can spend time thinking up of another lie. That way, when you finally ask a question, he has an answer for it. So he's buying himself time to lie to you. And most people, unlike this kid knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about. He did his research that this guy doesn't know what to do.
I actually have that right here.
He's not reading that paper. He's coming up with another lie. The grin. The grin. Oh, well. You see that grin? You caught me lying, and I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to smile uncomfortably.
Well,
nervous laughter, because he's getting caught in a lie, and he knows it.
Right here that this bill actually passed. So, and then through further research, we actually saw that it did pass again in the House of Representatives, which ended up cutting $550 million.
Well,
you see?
I don't know the specific vote that you're talking about there.
He knows exactly the vote that he's talking about, but he's deflecting because he's lying. And this kid knows that he's lying.
So.
Okay, well, let's move on then.
Yeah, let's move on.
Do you believe that the CTE program will survive off of the...
You see that? Oh, he's got more questions. Oh my God, it's like my ass is on fire because he's on the hot seat and he's lying. Keep watching.
The $57,000 that it is allocated.
Oh, and there it goes. Crossing the arms. Crossing the arms, getting very defensive. That's a defensive position. Crossing the arms, you're closing yourself off from danger. Danger of this kid realizing that a leader is a fucking lying idiot. Yeah.
Well, of course it will. I mean, we're going to keep these programs.
Yo, he can't even say what he's saying without grinning. Without smiling. He knows he's lying.
Alive.
And then he's looking down. He's like, damn, man, I'm trying to think of something else. Come on, man, think of something else. Oh, this kid's fucking me up. Look.
And because right now there's $11 million that goes statewide all throughout all the CTE programs. And even then, you're saying that a lot of...
How do you know that? Did you see the look on his face? Look.
Throughout all the CTE programs.
Who gave you that information? How do you know that? They told me that no one would find out about that. Look at this face. Like a deer in headlights, bro. Yeah.
And even then, you're saying that a lot of classrooms aren't able to get those large format printers and things of that nature.
Hold on.
Fight or flight. Right here.
Hold on for a second. I'll be back.
Sure thing.
Pew! Gone. Owned. That's how you can tell. That's perfect.
Good evening. My name is Jumana Imad Musa Ahmed Al-Bahri. And I'm a student here at UCSD.
Yo, whoever made this video is a savage. Hold on. Look.
Imad Musa.
You see all the dots? He's like, whoever made this video is like, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. You get dots.
Ahmed al-Bahri. And I'm a student here at UCSD. I was reading your literature. I found that much more interesting than the talk. And I found some interesting things about the MSA, which is an organization that's very active on campus, and it is hosting our annual Hitler Youth Week. You should come out to those events. If you could clarify the connection between the MSA and jihad terrorist networks, because last I checked, we had to do our own fundraising, and we never get help from anyone. So if you could clarify the connection between UCSD's MSA, or if you don't have such information, if you could connect other MSAs on UC's.
Oh, this pompous, smug-ass bitch. I hope that whoever's speaking just fucking destroys her.
Because the connection wasn't too clear in the pamphlet. Just if you could clarify.
Will you condemn Hamas here and now?
I'm sorry, what?
Will you condemn Hamas
Would I condemn Hamas?
as a terrorist genocidal organization?
Are you asking me to put myself on a cross?
So you won't. I actually have had this experience many times. You didn't read the pamphlet because the pamphlet is chapter and verse. The main connection is that the MSA is part of the Muslim Brotherhood Network as revealed in the documents.
I don't think you understood what I meant by that. I meant if I say something, I'm sure that I will be arrested for reasons of Homeland Security. So if you could please just answer.
Yo. Keep an eye on this lady right here when this stupid bitch says this. Watch.
I will be arrested
Look at her face.
for reasons of Homeland Security. So if you could please just answer my question.
One more time. Look at her face. Watch.
You understood what I meant
Keep an
by
eye on
that.
this lady right
I
here.
meant if I say something, I'm sure that I will be arrested for reasons of Homeland Security. So if you could please just answer my question.
If you condemn Hamas, Homeland Security will
If I
arrest you.
support Hamas, because your question forces me to condemn Hamas. If I support Hamas, I look really
If you
bad.
won't condemn Hamas, obviously you support it.
Duh.
Case closed. Thank you for coming and
Fucking
showing
idiot.
everybody what's here. And you're wearing a terrorist neckerchief.
If you understood,
You didn't hear the lady.
could you
ask a
please answer my question?
You don't get to make a speech. Case closed.
A boy who thinks he's a girl or a girl who thinks he's a boy, which is technically what we're talking about.
Oh,
Okay, and
dude.
I'm not denying your.
Listen, okay, so who requested this video? They said, "Oh, you're gonna love number 1." I've seen it, bro. Ben Shapiro is the fucking man. I love Ben Shapiro. I could listen to this dude speak all day, every day. I've seen this clip. We're still gonna do it because some of y'all probably haven't, and it's fucking hilarious. Watch.
A boy who thinks he's a girl or a girl who thinks he's a boy, which is technically what we're talking about here. Okay, and I'm not denying your humanity if you're a transgender person, but if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Exactly.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts. For all
That's
of human
amazing.
history, boy meant boy.
Before we continue, because I've never seen what happens after that, so I actually have never seen this. But let's go back, bro. He's like, look at him. Look at his face. He's like, in the name Boy Scout, you dumb bitch. Hold on, I missed it. Fuck.
Standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts.
That's classic, bro. That's legendary.
For all of human history, boy meant boy and girl meant girl.
Yeah.
And if I call you a moose, are you suddenly a moose? Okay, if I redefine our terms, Yes, that's right. Men and women are a completely different thing. This is true. Have you ever met a man or a woman? They're completely different.
Completely different thing. You can't just say you're a cat. It's not saying you're.
Okay, why is that? I don't understand. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay, because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60?
That's perfect.
And why?
You can't magically be 60.
Why can't you identify as 60? Why? What is the
just all of
problem
a
with
sudden
you
be
identifying as
60?
60?
Because it's not the same as gender. You can't just.
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex.
Yes.
You can't magically change your age.
I'm an idiot. Oh shit. Oh dude. That was fucking perfect. That was fucking perfect. So yeah, man. I actually never saw that last part of the Ben Shapiro clip. I have seen where he's like, in the name Boy Scout, you fucking idiot. Ben Shapiro's the fucking man, dude. Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder. There's another channel I found a couple months ago. It's a channel called Zeducation. Zeducation. Yo. Check him out, man. Check him out. Other than that, this was fucking awesome. This was fucking awesome. Fantastic. I'll fucking Boy Scout, stupid bitch. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.